Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Timber and Stone. We're going to be working on some foundational work today. We're going to be rearranging some things here in the starting area just so that we can move forward in a little bit more of a smooth manner. I'm going to pause the game here just so we can talk, hang out for a little bit before possibly a speed build section. We might do a skip. This is going to be a very kind of long process, and it could also might be a little bit boring, even with a speed build, just simply because it's foundational work. And the core is cool because, you know, over time that pit kind of appears. But what we're going to be doing here is kind of building some reinforcing walls, foundations for structures and planned buildings like that. And I figured that would be a good thing to do now. Also, we're going to start the episode by naming a few people in the town. We do this about every other episode, you guys. If you guys haven't named or suggested a name for a character, feel free to do so down below. So let's get started. We are up to 22 total citizens, and I believe the last person we named was Winston. Alan, I don't think was anything. Nope, Lucky. Okay, so we're gonna have a few of these odd ones kind of thrown in there, but hopefully we'll be able to remember who's named or not. Generally, pretty much everyone from Fishing Cat and above is custom, and then we have Lucky. So we have Alan, Ivo, Celestine, and yeah, we're just gonna go from there. So first things first, let's see if there's anyone that wants a specific job. Now, who is our engineer? Ivo. So now, two people wanted these, but luckily, or not so luckily, depending on who you ask, one of them did ask about 5 minutes before the other. So Ivo is going to be named and renamed Dan Stanex. I'm not great with these pronunciations, but Dan Stanex. I believe so. So, congratulations, Dan. You are now part of the town. Other than that, let's take a look here at possibly Mauricio's a miner, but I do want to have two miners kind of permanently going forward. So we're going to go ahead and name the highest level miner, and that's level 10. So Hilda Brassard. We still have a crazy female to male ratio, so we're not worrying about gender here. We're just worrying about names. So Hilda, you're going to go ahead and be renamed here to Pickley. There we go. Another person joins the town. That is good. And we also want to have another permanent builder. So let's see here. I believe I have two builders right now. So we'll rename Ellie here. There we go. Ellie will be renamed to Emilio. There we go. Just like that. And then we'll go ahead and tackle some of the people that didn't specifically name anything. And that is going to be, let's see, Spork. Spork. What can you be? You know what? You can be a fisherman, most likely. So we have Fishing Cat. Let's see, Alan, Celeste Allen. Too many Allens here fishing. So we'll rename this one to Spork. That's a good fisherman name, I think. So Spork, there we go. Confirm. And then I believe we need to name another person with the any category. Might as well just go after the fisherman here. Not many people suggest being a fisherman. That is fine. So we will name you Lord Tickle. If I can spell. So not Lord Tickle, Lord Tickle. There we go. You know, obviously, fishing, very funny profession. Always laughing, Lord Tickle. Now, I believe there's a profession that we haven't even used yet. We have everything covered. We have a trader now, which is great. We have one archer. We have one permanent infantry. We have one forager. But the one profession we have not used this whole time is herder. And that's something I want to do going forward. So, Laura, I believe, can be renamed. Actually, Let's actually get a male one here. So Raph, are you male? You are. Okay. You can be renamed to Rob. There we go. And change your profession to herder. Just like that. Alright, now, we have a town full of every major profession, and we have a good balance, I think, economy-wise. So let's go ahead and start moving some things around. I want to keep this wagon here. The wagon isn't ever buildable again, so you're kind of stuck with its original placement if you want to keep it. And having this here makes me think I should probably build a town square market area around this wagon, because that is a good signal for trade and commerce. So that'll be good to keep there. But these other workbenches and things like that, we're going to have to move so that we can clear out some unused space. So let's go ahead and deconstruct all of this stuff. Now you want to watch out, because you do lose capacity by doing this. And you don't want to go negative, because what can happen is, there we go, is that you'll just lose those materials forever. So it's not good to do that. All right, deconstruct that, deconstruct this, and this. So there we go. Just get rid of all this stuff. It's time to clean up the area and start making that look a little nicer. The farms, still not quite sure where I want those, but we'll figure that out here shortly. All right. Let's go ahead and do something like that initially here. That's going to be the continuation of a path. And then we need to set up a retaining wall of some kind, because it's good to give your town some verticality, as suggested, but also do it in like little layers, districts even. You could think of it like that. And so that's kind of the major plan. So what I'm going to have to do is raise up the terrain pretty much behind all these homes, and that's going to allow them to be visible even from down here. They'll kind of peek up over these smaller structures along the shoreline and make them look a little bit more dense as well. So let us get rid of this guard post and this guard post. We're going to move them temporarily over here, just at the crossroads. And we'll bump them up just in case we need to summon the militia. They can meet kind of in a centralized location there. We're going to go ahead and hit, I would say play, but it's kind of dusk, so we might have to skip to a morning and kind of just figure out what we're doing here initially. So let's dig mine. Want to kind of think of pathways, potential roads that you're going to be constructing for your people to kind of walk on. So for example, we're going to need a roadway here, and then we'll build a retaining wall kind of along this structure, maybe one gap away, just so that we can have a little bit of greenery. I think that'll be okay. So we'll go into the construction tab, walls. You can use great stone. Great stone's great for this kind of stuff, or you can mix up the textures. So you can do, for example, a pattern. So we can do, say, 3 great stone, 3 great stone. You know what, we'll maybe leave the corner there. So for the corners, we might do a different effect, and then 3 great stone like that, and 3 great stone like that. And then the middle, we can just use these wood logs in the pillar kind of setup, and that'll hopefully look good. See, I don't like how that's going to turn out. So let's 1, 2, 3 great log, 1, 2, 3 great log. It might help to kind of base the count off of the corners, but sometimes you can't establish the corners until you just start making lines. So that'll be a small retaining little wall there. And as you get back and farther, we'll just slowly raise the terrain up and make tiers. All right, let's just hit play. So it's not dead silence here. We'll hear the people kind of working out and about. Let's also, since we did get rid of some storage, let's take a look at the barn to upgrade some things and throw some more storage in here. Oh, we just gained another person. A miner. Great, perfect. I'm fine with another miner because construction progress is going to be key. Let's see about construction storage here. Right, storage. Wood, so we need a timber pile, I think. We'll kind of set one there. Raw wood pile. Can I fit it right there? I can. A little messy. Can fit it here as well, which might work for us. As long as we're able to kind of get through there, I'm fine with it anywhere. We also might need another tool chest. Like so. And I kind of do these large bulk items first. Let's upgrade these all the way as well. We're gonna need probably some of our workstations back. So we'll temporarily just move them. I'd say maybe just over here. So why don't we do that? So, workshops, artisan workbench. Do I want the artisan one? Why not? Well, no, I mean, it's costly. There's really no point for it. Here is the forge. Let's put the loom down. Maybe just along the building for now. Loom, tanning rack. Timbering bench. Just there. Stone anvil, just there. We got the forge, feeding trough we don't need right now. We do have a herder, but I have no real reason to worry about that. And let's get some storage. So masonry, so they have some wood. Let's see, wood, raw wood pile. We'll just kind of stick it behind the workbench there, and a timber pile just next to the cutting board. We'll also make a tool chest just to the side like that. And we'll make a food crate in case they get hungry. I think just right there. So this is kind of our new workstation. Pretty standard layout, just quickly throw everything together, and that way we can still produce tools and maintain tools for everyone else in the village while we work on relocating some things and work on this layout. So working real time, allows me to talk to you guys a little bit more about the specifics of building and plans in general, and I enjoy talking the whole time. Hopefully you guys don't get tired of my voice, but I think it'll work out. Let's see, do we need a minecart up here? We might. Yeah, just like that. That would be a good spot. That's wanting to be upgraded. Can you guys not get up there anymore? I think you can. Good, you can. So that's looking to be upgraded. That's looking to be upgraded. That has already been upgraded, and we have a goblin in the area by Winston, our wonderful forager, which I'm gonna have to mess with the settings, because when we actually get our own herder taking care of animals, this guy actually likes to hunt the animals in our pen, and that's not something we want. So we're gonna untoggle all the gathering kind of stuff, and then at this point retreat. Tell him to return, because I don't want him to get caught right now. It wouldn't be good. Let's go ahead and get rid of that notification. We already know the person is there. Go back to normal play mode as we take a look. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like the great stone wall here. Walls. Great stone. 1, 2, 3. This will be a corner. Let's see. Corner again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, wood logs. Pillar. And once I establish kind of the initial line, we can worry about maybe having a small roadway going along it. I think that would be pretty cool in general. We also have to think about this row connection and trying to get that working. So, tell you what, I'm gonna have to break the rule here and probably move that there, because this is 3 wide, which is perfect for our path. 3 wide is roughly the path that I want to use as a standard measurement. You know, hopefully it'll work out for us. And if I can get them up to this level early, that'll be good. Alright. So let's dig and mine this out. Oh, can I not? Okay, I can. Good. Just like so. The game auto-saves, which is great. We have plenty of little miners, a couple builders, so this should go relatively quick, hopefully. I'm thinking we might have to go too tall. Just so the height variation is, well, great enough to warrant having this retaining wall in general. Now, the problem with doing something like this, you can see this narrow corridor. This is great for your citizens to kind of get around quickly, and also provides some greenery, of course. But it's also bad because enemies can kind of hide down there and get around in a way that you might not foresee. So be careful about where you do these low walls and things. Alright, we'll do that. And then let's go to roofing. Ceramic, I think, will be a good choice. Actually, no, let's go ceramic tiles or ceramic roof. I think ceramic roof will be a good color choice for us. So we need to do boom and boom, because we're going up 2. Yeah, and we'll have to build up the foundation as well. Now, the problem with doing that is these corner pieces are going to create a little bit of an issue. So, in fact, we're going to get rid of them so that we're working on just complete flat ground. That's just a little nuisance. Not too big of a one. It just relatively quickly to clear that little stuff out. We have a skeleton by Winston again. Where are you at? You getting berries there, bud? Yeah, you're getting berries. Tell you what, Winston. You're going to retire for a little bit. It's a little too dangerous for you. So you are going to just wait in the town hall while idle. Now, you're a great scout and everything, but while I'm building, I don't want to even risk him dying. I think that would be rather poor of me. Lucky, you're kind of in the way, man. There we go. Let's go ahead and construction, terrain, stone. Looks like I kind of jumped the gun on the pathway there. Yeah, so I can dig and mine this out, make this 3 wide, and then continue it that way. If we go up 1, maybe make the retaining wall here. So along that, we can make some miscellaneous storage little elements, kind of these nooks and cranny failing details, which would be pretty cool. Are you? Yeah, okay, so we need to get rid of all of these little edges. Alright, construction, terrain, stone. Just like that. And you can see how quickly it is to kind of build once you get your population up. You know, we're digging. I'm constantly kind of laying down blocks, making progress, though I'm probably gonna have to get rid of that so they can lay down the proper stones. I don't like to have many things underneath my items because when I scroll down, the little gaps and stuff bug me, so that's just a little pet peeve on my end. It's not really necessary, probably. Dig and mine. So the question becomes, do I have just this corner here and just have it meet? Construction, flooring, timber, planks, right? All right, so just like that. Dig and mine. Flooring and timber planks. Boop. There we go. And it's cool having wooden floors. Most of our towns so far have been stone floors, kind of the standard cobblestone or possibly paved stone. This block here, which looks great for roads and things, but we're kind of in the dock district, and we'll keep those wooden. And then as we go up a tier, we will change that to probably paved stone, if not cobblestone in itself. So, I mean, the cobblestone does look pretty nice. I do like the large stones mixed in, and then some off colors as well. It's very interesting, good pixel work there. So, flooring, timbered planks. Let's go to walls. And I want something maybe fieldstone? Yeah, just something a little fancy here to kind of mark these staircases a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. Construction, roofing, ceramic roof. Flooring. Just throw some cobblestone as a base there. Construction walls. Let's go wood again and get that pillar set up. Too high. 1, 2, 3. Too high. 1, 2, 3. Too high. And we're just gonna follow this rough plan. Dig mine. I want to have this kind of set up a little bit better. Even along there. As it kind of re-emerges on this side, we can take that out. In fact, we'll just take this whole kind of row out. It's a little redundant anyways. And that way we can have the staircase just kind of connect right flush to where this door is going to be. I think I removed it at some point. So let's flooring. I want timber tiles. All right. And keep in mind, you can always hold Q. Look at a block, tell what it is. Helps really quick turnover for selecting the block that you need. You also need to extend the dock district out this way. It's going to be a very large build this season, hopefully. Now, I want, you know, a giant village, if not city, if not town, if not castle. I start generally with village-like elements, and then as we progress, become far more technologically advanced. That's when I start introducing the high-end structures, such as castles or other things. And today is just a nice chill episode with Uthris. Probably gonna run a little bit longer. Hey, you guys hopefully don't mind the longer episodes. Let's go walls, let's go wood logs. Just like that. Just like that. And then train, stone. Stone is kind of the cheapest filler block that I use, just because it's you know, you mine so much of it up. You know, we have 9,103 total stone resource, and each block takes 3, 4, something like that. 4. So obviously we can lay down a lot of stone as a filler piece pretty quickly. You can also switch miners from builders, things like that. But I'm not really working quick enough that these two builders can't keep up. So boom, and then 1, 2, 3, boom, 1, 2, 3, boom, 1, 2, 3, boom, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's check this door because it's gonna throw a small wrench in our little design here. There we go. It's okay to have it offset a little bit. I think I'd rather center these though. So let's do that. 2 and 2, something like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. So that's kind of a better transition, I think. Let's go great stone. Just build this up. There we go. And let's go ahead and build some more storage things. Miscellaneous crates. Just kind of tucked around. Now the nice thing about these miscellaneous crates and other things kind of like it is you can stack them, and they're great just little filler detail blocks. Let's go food crate. And you can even put food crates on top of them, which is pretty cool. We don't have a lot of metal for barrels. A little bit of a shame. The barrel is a great block. Can you put a barrel on top of a crate? You can. You can for sure. That'd be interesting to explore. Fish rack maybe. You know, just another little piece of story. You know, you can even use the workshops as decor as well, or go with the decor kind of tree, lay down some statues, a well possibly, and a really good spot for a well. Stone bench, maybe, you know, maybe just right there. Give them a little place to sit. Furniture, large bookcase, large table. Oh, actually, we're about 30 minutes in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and work a little bit like this. I'm gonna plan out a couple foundations. But before I do that, I do want to show you the inside of our little hut here, the little first fisherman's hut. I don't think I showed you previously what it looks like furnished. And this is currently where we're at. We got a nice comfortable bed, stone bench, we got dressers, bookcases, barrels for food, a proper little table, a large bookcase, and a fireplace. It's a nice cozy little home, and providing a little bit of safety for our citizens as we go through and try and add more homes. Alright, so welcome to day 50, and I went ahead laying out some of the beginning roads for our town behind the dock district here. Now, what I'm going to want to be doing eventually, I went ahead and marked out these foundational kind of grids, and these are going to be the first kind of spots for some homes and things like that. Now, the cool thing what you can do and what I plan on doing is that this is going to be a very tiered city. It's going to have layers. Think like how we are working on the Elite Dangerous Park, the area there where we have pathways up above the road using bridges. I kind of want to bring that into Timber and Stone, so that way we can have a house on the ground floor and a house on the second floor that is a completely separate building itself. There's no staircase in between except for maybe in an alleyway. And I think that would be a pretty cool look and will give our town a lot of verticality. At least that's what I'm hoping. So, if you guys enjoyed today's episode and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more creative goodness such as this. Go ahead and hit that like button so I know you guys like Timber and Stone. Leave a comment down below if there's a specific building, specific theme, or anything that you want to see hopefully in the town itself. And go ahead and name a few villagers if that's something you want to do as well. So, until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.